nobody like his ass, huh? Tried to cover up and tell the people, go Brandon. But we know what they saying, though. You can hear the chant in every post. Don't nobody want this commie cause we not in China. Everybody hated Trump and now they out to catch a body. That's what they get for treating us like we in Squid Games. Green light, mandate, like he's insane. These times people waking up to everything. Go Brandon, but we all know what the saying mean.
Let's go, Brandon.
Well, this is a fresh take, right, on the world.
Speaking of,
pretty
we all watched UFC last night.
We
did. You
did.
catch the fuck Joe Biden chant?
Yeah, I did.
I heard it. Yep.
I laughed pretty hard actually, especially because they were like at Zhao Li, whatever the fuck her name is. They were at the Chinese girl.
Oh yeah.
That's why they were doing it. And then it went from fuck Joe Biden chants to USA chants.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny. Actually, when hearing that, I almost text you guys, was like, tell me if this doesn't feel like real life Rocky IV, but with China.
Yeah.
Like this is what it felt like to me. Like it really did. Like it was so weird. Because like that girl doesn't give a fuck, but like that's what it felt like. It felt like it was China versus USA.
I think she did, because I know during the build up to the last fight, Rose was talking about communist China and shit, and like she was kind of offended, the other girl. So who knows?
Well, we saw what happened last night.
Yep.
I was rooting for Rose anyways, but
Yeah.
extra when I started, as soon as I started hearing it, I'm like, oh, this is like what it felt like in the 80s. Pretty sick.
The Red Scare.
Yeah. Yep. All the fucking. Who the fuck was they talking about? The whole like, I don't know. I don't get into too much crazy. Watching Jackass too. I haven't seen this in a while. This one is the one where they were all like hammered and drugged up and like.
Oh, this one?
This one. Well, no, yeah. The first one they were like just drinking.
Yeah.
This one they had already all made money from the first one.
Oh yeah.
And the show was long gone on MTV.
Yeah.
And like, if you watch all the behind the scenes stuff, like they're fucking annihilated every fucking thing that they did in this one. That's why this one's a little more like mean spirited. Like if you actually watch all the stunts, they're all like just fucking with each other. Which is it's very funny. But if you watch this versus the third one like Steve-O was sober now, and like by that point or whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't as ridiculous. So this is it's so good. The python eats, like I like how they open it up with fucking Chris Pontius getting his dick eaten by a snake. Like all the like they talk about it. I watch all like the 2.5s, 3.5s, all that shit.
Yeah.
And they kind of said to themselves like, the second one we were all kind of mean to each other. The third one they were a little more camaraderie. Like it was all like about them. And this new one they have like new cast members and everything because.
Yeah, I remember seeing some of the clips, and it was people I hadn't seen before.
One of the dudes, they did Shark Week,
Shark
and
one,
he legit got fucking eaten by a shark.
What?
Yeah, he almost lost his arm.
Holy shit.
He's all fucked up. He lost like a chunk of his right arm or his left arm. I don't know if it shows it in the movie or not, but they did Shark Week, and he got all fucked up. Jesus Christ, it's so stupid. Yeah, these movies are fucking great. So we watched the UFC. We all watched the UFC last night separately. We all did our own things or whatever. But it was a great fucking card, man.
Hey, what's your name?
Oh, I'm Eddie Vegas.
And I'm Steve,
Good
a.k.a.
catch.
Fork Tongue.
Right in the house, other known as Dobby.
Also, this is Three Dudes and Cold Brews podcast, and it's technically it presents a songs to sip to, but nowadays it's whatever the fuck we want it to be. I keep on labeling them songs to sip to, but they're just whatever the fuck we want to do. Excuse me. Yeah. So. No shows or anything. I'm caught up on movies and shows for the most part, so I'm not really doing any of that right now. But there's some live music we're gonna be catching up on soon to report on.
Yep.
So stay tuned. We got to get these back up. We were way behind, but we also took like almost 3 months off. So
Yeah, I mean, really, we're only like 5 shows behind just because we hadn't recorded a bunch.
Yeah.
But enough where I'll probably put up like 2 a week or something.
just to catch back up because we're back in the swing of things now. So.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Trying to think. We have so the fights. We had the Chandler and Gaethje fight, right?
Justin Gaethje.
That was a banger.
Yep, that was a fucking burno, which I think everyone thought that.
Yep. And
But it's
then
always nice when something lives up to expectations.
they had that was the opening bout of the pay-per-view.
Yep.
Then they had Frankie Edgar and Vera, which was a good fight.
Yeah.
It seemed like there was an early fucking ref stoppage. But when we talked about it, once you saw Frankie Edgar actually stand up, that's when you realized like it was actually a pretty good
he
call.
was still out, and it was a good time between too.
Yeah,
when he finally got up.
yeah, he was. I mean, it was even they were even standing there. It was after he stood there and they raised hands.
Yeah,
when he went to walk away, he could barely walk.
Yep.
I wonder what's on the shirt that they had the fucking bleep out. I don't think that's
probably.
bleeped out in the actual movie. So maybe they did it maybe there's something bad on there.
Either that or like something
Copywritten.
Yeah.
Well,
then we had Doug Rose and
the two guys I'd never seen before.
Yeah, I
two
don't even
skinny
know
guys.
their names.
It was a good fight though.
It was very good. Everything was good.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I don't know their names at all. What they were like 155, 165 somewhere in there.
Yeah,
they weren't welterweight.
155 probably.
They were good though. They battled it out, and then fucking Thug Rose and Zhao Wei Li, which was what we were just talking about. Felt like the Cold
I'm glad
War.
you remembered her name because I would have said something
Yeah.
else.
Oriental chick.
Yes.
Yeah. Oriental. Or chickadee Chinese, the Chinese chicken.
And that too.
Yeah. That's a song from that's a lyric from a song, guys.
Yes.
So I wasn't saying what you think I was saying. So then the main event, which was
Usman Covington.
Yeah, Usman Covington, which was great.
Yep, that was a good fight.
And I loved the respect that they had at the end. Like, did you hear fucking?
Yeah, and then he was talking shit again in the press conference.
Yeah, but that's what they're supposed to do. Like,
Yeah,
he even said that's what I think that's what Rogan said that he said when they were talking to each other.
I could hear him. He was saying,
"Hey, it's all about money. Like,
yeah, it's all about money.
All respect. It's all about money. All about making money." Which he's right.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't like that. He wasn't like that at all until they were about to cut him. Apparently, if you actually do some research on Covington,
Yep.
he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't drawing crowds at all.
Mm-hmm.
He was winning, but he wasn't like doing anything special. And they were going to cut him because
Well, it was kind of like Usman before he learned how to strike. He was just like a lay and pray kind of guy.
Yeah. And then like when he caught on that they were going to cut him, he started cutting promos like fucking. He's a way better version of. Oh my God. There's a fucking dude. Talked all this shit. Lost to Anderson. Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen was the best shit talker of all time, but he only really had like 3 good fights in UFC.
Yeah.
If that. He only had that one really good fight against
he's
Anderson and
he's
lost.
a much better fighter.
This dude's way better.
And he also, he hopped on the whole Trump thing and was like a pro-Trump guy, which made everyone really hate him.
Yeah. Which is great.
Yeah. And he came out to Kurt Angle's WWF entrance music.
And the fucking crowd actually saying "You suck" with it, which is amazing. That was fucking fantastic. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I'm guessing they don't have the copyright to that anymore, or they allowed them to use it.
That's a good question. I noticed that it was an older version of it because
it was definitely like
the original version of it.
Yeah.
Because you can tell they're a different. It's the same thing with like Stone Cold. Stone Cold had like 3 or 4 different iterations of that song.
And I think eventually the "You Suck" was in the entrance music itself.
It might have been, yeah.
And I don't think this one was.
No, that was definitely the crowd.
Yeah.
The crowd was mic'd pretty hot. Like when they were doing the "Fuck Joe Biden" shit, it was loud, dude. Like
Yeah,
it was fucking loud.
And the crowd for the first fight was super loud too.
Yeah.
They were loud for everything, but especially that fight.
This is one of my favorite skits they ever did. I don't know why this is so funny to me. But if you actually hear them talking, fucking Ryan Dunn in this, like the way he talks, he's like, "This is so fucking stupid. Who rides a bike like this?" Like it's just, I love him in this skit.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I haven't seen this in a long time. They bummed me out because Ryan Dunn was my favorite character, and when he fucking died,
Yeah, me too.
It really bummed me out. He was What's weird though, like I watched the first one today with my nephew, and there's a couple like. There's one scene with the golf cart scene where they're riding the golf carts through like the fucking golf course and like they flip one over and he's driving one and it's him and Johnny Knoxville in it and he's purposely not looking at what's going on because they're about to hit a jump and fucking Knoxville's like holding the camera on him and he hits something and he flips and rolls it and the fucking Knoxville gets knocked out and the golf cart almost lands on Knoxville's head. And like in the background when they're saying something, they're like, "Holy shit, fucking Ryan Dunn can't drive worth a shit." And like that's how he died. Which if you think about that, like there's actually a lot of, if you listen to a lot of like Bam, Viva La Bam or any of those shows, like there's a lot of commentary about how bad of a car driver he was. He was terrible. He was always fucking getting into accidents. So
Knoxville always seems to get fucked up the worst in all these skits.
Yeah, it's kind of his shtick, like he's a professional fuck up essentially,
Yeah.
But it's hilarious. He's He's the best at it.
Yeah.
He really is. The guy doesn't give a shit. Do you ever see that fucking the thing that they did for Evel Knievel where the bike fucking split his urethra?
Yeah.
He had to piss out of a tube for 2 years.
Yep.
Because he pissed blood for so long. A bike broke his dick. A motorcycle fucking landed. He tried doing a backflip. Guy who can't ride a motorcycle tried doing a backflip.
Yeah.
And fucking it just goes straight up in the air and just lands right on his dick.
Yeah. All set.
Yeah, fuck that noise, dude. Or any of the shit with the bulls, it makes my fucking hand sweat. It just like, fuck that, dude. Like that shit you said, I didn't realize that you like tagged me in it, but like people running around in those bubble balls and getting hit by bulls. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Those balls look like fun as fuck, but the fucking being in with
hit
bulls,
by bulls?
yeah, no, fuck that, man.
I don't
If
think
one
I
of
saw
those,
that.
dude, if one of those things hits your fucking leg with your, well, I think he's shadow banned, so you have to really look for his stuff. He's a bad boy, you know.
Yep.
Meta doesn't like him.
Meadow. Could they make that any more blatant?
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's so fucking ridiculous. And it's actually like if you look them up, like if you look them up on like stock markets and shit, like I have like Robinhood, it's actually called Meta now.
Yeah.
It used to be called Facebook. Like their company used to be called Facebook. It's not anymore. Now Facebook is like a subsidiary of that.
Yeah, someone made a good point. They probably named. I can't remember exactly what they said, but they probably changed the name to avoid some kind of. I don't know if it was like a tax thing or something like that.
I heard that somewhere too. It might have been on Rogan or something
Maybe,
like that. But it
or
was somebody was talking about
Tim
it where
Cast or something.
yeah I think it might have been Tim Kist where they were talking about it and they said how like now like Facebook is its own entity, so like
Yep.
it doesn't have any like if something fails, like if the market fails on the app, it won't hurt the rest of the company.
Yeah, something like that.
Sneaky shit. There's a lot of sneaky shit out there, man.
Sure is.
Did you guys ever get into what are those guys? The fucking like Travis Pastrana. What was his thing?
Nitro Circus.
Nitro Circus. Yeah, that show wasn't
I
bad.
used to watch that sometimes, but they weren't as relatable as
Yeah.
like these guys for some reason.
Well, because these guys are like us.
Yeah.
This is us. Like when we were growing up.
Yeah, well,
used
they
to be
were
us.
professionals, really.
Yeah. Yep. This is us, man. This is.
This is backyard wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, how much of this shit did we see in USWF or any other fucking backyard we were a part of?
Yep.
I mean, I'm telling you, Ryan Dunn is the fucking king in this movie. Everything he says in this movie, like the way he reacts to shit, he's the best. Ah, this is so good. Let me pat him down. I don't give a fuck. That's hilarious. It's still funny. It's still fucking funny. Dude, that must hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Oh, the fucking shitty cow water. It's got all
Those
the
fucking
spit.
cowboys must have like, what the fuck did we let on here?
All right.
You were just seeing a move. I love it. I love Ryan Dunn. He's the best. He was the best. Anyways, coming up to the end of the year, man. It's coming up fast. We're gonna have to figure out
Yeah,
we have to start rallying down to the top.
Yeah,
10.
I know, Ray. You always wait on that, and you haven't really kept track. You might want to start looking.
Yeah,
at that
I
now.
know.
Yeah.
There's
It's gonna
a
come up
lot.
fast. Yeah, and it's still stuff coming out.
I think I've mentioned it a few weeks ago, but usually I have like my top 5 is like completely solid, and the back half is like, I can
No,
take
I
it or
have-
leave it. I think everything in my 10 is going to be like, oh man, I don't know how I'm not going to rank this higher.
I'm gonna have that problem, and I'm actually already going back to things that I kind of never like. I wrote them down and I gave it a quick pass over and never went back to because something else caught my ear better in that time. So there's stuff I'm gonna have to go back to that I forgot all about. Oh, what the fuck? It looks so bad. We should do it like we did it. What was it, like 2 years ago? So I think we should do it like we should do 2 shows where we do like 5, like the bottom 5, 10 through 6, and then we should do another show where we do 5 through 1. But I don't know if I want to do the top 3 albums we all have to listen. I think it should just be the top.
No, top
album.
1 like we did
Top
last
1,
year.
yeah. And we each rate that
I
one.
think when we did 6 through 10, and I think we played something from
Yeah.
3 albums, and 1 through 5 played something.
And then
from
we
3
do an
albums.
honorable mention show.
And then an honorable mention, and then we do the whole listen to each other's albums.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah.
I had an idea just to maybe freshen the show up a bit. Not every week, maybe just to do like once a month or something where maybe we could each month one of us could pick an album to review, and we'll listen to it off the show and write notes like we normally do when we do the year-end thing. But then we'll do a full album on the show, and we'll do track by track, because when you review it the second time, you'll hear it in a different context because you know the full album already. Just to do like album reviews on the show, throughout the year, like once a month. That'd actually
be pretty cool.
Just so you know,
fuck man, we could
do the same show.
We could do it with the vinyl.
Yeah.
We could hook the vinyl right up. We could hook that up right in here and fucking spin some vinyl. Just listen to a record.
Yep. We could make it new stuff, or we could make it
anything,
whatever you want.
I would just go anything we felt like listening to. That maybe it's something underrated, maybe something we forgot about, maybe it's something you've always wanted one of your buddies to do a deep dive into. Also, this is the year I'm going to break my original rule that I kept to for a long time of no EPs in my top 10. I'm going to have at least 2 EPs in my top 10.
Yep.
At least one for sure, but there might be 2, because there's some stuff that I can't. This year it was such a packed year, and then it got fucking backloaded. This month has been ridiculous for fucking albums, dude.
Yep.
I had 7 or 8 drop within 2 weeks or something. And like, not everything I like. There's some stuff that I gave a shot to, stuff that I listened to a long time ago, or stuff my brother told me to check out. Or I found, you know what? I also find, like, because of so many things coming out, like there, one album I really love, like, my other show, whatever, we talk about music on that once in a while too, like just between the 3 of us, and fucking, like, Joe Walsh has been obsessed with like one thing, and I haven't even, like, he's been obsessed with that Cradle of Filth, and I haven't even. I spun like half a song and was like, I'm good. Like, it's not that I don't like him. I have other things that I know I like more. Right. So like I've just invested my time into that.
Yep.
And vice versa with him. Like, that Every Time I Die album is, I mean, dude, it's a fucking pinnacle album. Like, it's gonna be in my top whatever album. I don't know if it's gonna have the impact that the last album had on my life, but the last album took like 2 years to really get to where it is now. Like, it took me spinning that album fucking constantly to like go, oh no, I actually love this album. I think it depends, especially with the way I listen to stuff too. I listen to a lot of like they're actually a lyrically driven band, and a lot of people don't realize that if you don't know them. So the more I dive into that, like, the last 2 albums have been the most serious that Keith has ever written. So it's a different dynamic, because a lot of their lyrics before were kind of like punny. Like, a lot of their song titles would be punny too. Like, so they still are doing that, but it's the last album's still probably going to be overall their best album. But I don't know, man. This one First Spin I liked more than the last album First Spin. The last album, it took me 2 or 3 to like understand what I was getting myself into. And then there's other albums. There's other shit that's out now that, like, you listen to once or twice, or if it's not the right time, like that Tribulation came out, and like, it's a fantastic album. Like, it's a great album. But if you're not into it at that time,
it's not something you're just gonna sit down and listen to all the time.
No, it's an album. It's a fantastic album. It's a great fall album. Like, I'm gonna probably spin it again soon, because that's when I want to rehear. There's a couple things that came out in the fucking summer that I was obsessed with, and now I'm like, I don't want to hear that right now, because it's not that time of year. Like, I don't want to like listen to a fucking, I don't know, uppity album. Like, I want to listen to kind of like more mellow stuff. Plus, I listen to the fuck out of some typo during October. That can fuck with your psyche a little bit. Like, you gotta kind of like reevaluate some things.
Yeah, seasonal music's a real thing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
A lot of people don't really listen to things seasonally, but I know we all do.
Well, those are people who don't really listen to music.
Yeah.
They enjoy music. They don't listen. Like, they don't love music.
Yeah, they don't take into consideration atmosphere or anything like that.
Which, there are people that probably love more of certain bands than I do. We've talked about that before, but I fucking, if you don't experience it, and like, even like, we're novice at that compared to some people that are out there that really fucking love certain things that can break things down in a certain way.
If we do that review thing every month, so maybe we could start in January, and something we could do with that too is not clip it. So we could basically put that. Maybe we should start filming those. That way we could put out reviews on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Just film those, and the other ones we don't have to film. Just film the review ones.
Yeah.
Just throw stuff out on YouTube. Maybe I could even clip it so it's not, an hour long review or something like that. Clip it into like a half hour or 15 minutes.
we can do it 2 different ways. So we can do a different thing with that. We can literally set up, like, because I don't need my office anymore. So I might redo, unless Kristen wants to do something with it. We gotta figure it out. I'm still gonna keep my like memorabilia stuff in there. But I don't need it as an office anymore, because I'm not you know, I'm not working from home like I was anymore.
Right.
So, and honestly, doing that for the last 2 years put a bad taste in my mouth from having like a segregated office. It's like now my brain is fucked up from it.
Yeah.
But I might just, that's where I'm still going to record my other show. But I want to maybe do like a background. So maybe we can set up like a spot where there's 3 chairs and we have a fucking like a camera on us, you know, and then we just go, all right, so this is what I'm thinking, you know, or this is what I thought about it or whatever, you know, like, and clip like a 10-minute video. And that'd be fucking fun because it's YouTube is once you learn an algorithm, it's a different animal. You take off and you can really do some fun stuff with it.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm sure you don't get tons of interaction on it, but you can get at least some kind of interaction with people on it.
Well, it depends on what you're doing. I mean, I don't know how music would go because I haven't done anything with that yet. But I know like with the Bana Bahara stuff, it's so weird what takes off and what doesn't.
Yeah.
You can't. There's no rhyme or reason to it because again, that Poughkeepsie Tapes one is 2,500 views.
Yep.
2,300 now, somewhere. Oh yeah, somewhere around there. Whatever. That's the one that it took off like a rocket. It got almost 1,000 within like 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then it's still progressively getting more and more and more. Mm-hmm. And there's no comments on it. There's no more likes than any of the other shows. And then you'll have a show like we fucking shotgun that Fear Street bullshit, and to try to like be relevant and like hopefully catch the wave of that. And each one of those episodes is 15 views. Like people just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know. I think you already had stuff like that. You kind of almost have to be established. Mm-hmm. Like the Halloween Kills thing. I thought that was going to take off a little bit more than it did too. And that
also
only got
depends
like 50
like
views.
what you write for keywords and like there's a weird thing to like you'd have to study it to like you can manipulate it if you want to. You just have to study like how.
Well, I know that comments and likes really do change the algorithm. It puts it in front of things.
Thumbs up and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
you have to have that stuff. Otherwise. So I've made it a point to go on every one of my videos on at least like and maybe make a quick comment. But then there's some stuff that like. We've gotten a couple more, you know. I don't know. I think like the Friday the 13th episode of the special, we got really good reviews on that one. You know, it's. But even Twitch, like we're starting to gain some traction on Twitch. Like we really do get like, you know, some people fucking tuning in for that. You know, and it also like it helps with like Instagram. If I get better with the Instagram, then like people tune into it. If I don't pay attention to the Instagram, if I don't put anything up on that, you know, nobody listens, nobody pays attention. And it's a simple thing. Like, I'll literally just find a cool poster or artwork for the movie we're talking about. I'll just throw a quick thing in there and say, hey, meet us at around 8 o'clock, whatever. So it's trial by fire. Like, I'm having fun with the two different things. And then now that I'm wrestling again, I'll get that more into it, too. Because even that is interesting. Like, I've noticed that, you know, for whatever reason, my matches, like, I can look at them and all the matches get posted on the same day separately. To the company that we're working for right now, and I've noticed that mine get, you know, second to third most views every time.
Yep.
For whether it's I don't know if it's actually me or I don't know, but there's a coincidence that I'm in these matches. You know, like so. I know that I do have a little bit of a following, but like I fell off for a long time from doing stuff when I wasn't doing it. So I was gaining a lot of traction at one point, but
no, you definitely have a following because when you were posting stuff for the show, we would get more views too.
Yeah.
For this show, I mean.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, a lot of those pop up, and it's that was also I was wrestling. I was doing that. I was
and I had everything. At the time I was also posting a lot, and I stopped doing it also. So, but that's something we need to get back to. But we always say that.
Yeah, but it's we can. It's just a matter of the right timing. You know, like now that I'm like with
it's just
work
making it a habit again.
Yeah.
Well,
my brain's there now. Like I'm better than what I was a month ago for sure. You know, like I'm even wrestling. It's. Dude, we already got fucking an offer to wrestle a second company, and I didn't normally 2 years ago I wouldn't even have fucking batted an eye. I would have just said whether Mata can do it or not, I'm going. I'm not doing it without him. I'm not doing it now.
Yeah.
Right now, anyways, it's both of us or not at all. I'm not. It's the package now.
Yeah.
And it's we did the fucking that the match got posted. We did the special enforcer thing. Did you see the pictures? We were at Legion of Doom. Yeah. It went over like crazy, you know. Yeah. I might actually. This is great. I might come up with a fucking. We might start doing fucking face paint. It was fun, man.
Yeah.
When people like you look different. My brain never even thought about that before. I would have laughed at shit like that, but it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Come up with a cool design.
Yeah, and now that we're heels again, so we're kind of. It's a weird storyline.
I never realized we had Hello Kitty on the table.
I think Rosie put that there. I think when she did the wing challenge or something, something, or when she was setting up. I just added this. Kristen got me this from New Hampshire. I'm a big fan of the Squatch. Hey, dog, I finally put that sticker on because this is the first time we've used the table.
I got 1 million of them at my house. I got to bring.
I still got some in my backpack. I've been using that backpack for work now. We got to fucking put them on here. And some of them are we lost a couple too.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these have been on here forever and they haven't started coming up yet. You can tell which ones were made well and which ones weren't.
Yeah.
This one's coming.
There's a couple that are great. That Magic Circle's holding up pretty well.
Yep.
Then fucking
a lot of them, most of them are.
Yeah. That girl Spooky Cookies on the table. We got the Sure. We got the fucking Graveyard class. I don't know, Graveyard, whatever it is.
We'll get this bad boy full at one point. You won't even see any black.
Someday. Yeah, that's what we hope.
Yeah. That's what Ray hopes.
That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for the fucking Ray. Look at that dude's shitty haircut.
I know. I thought it was fake at first, the way he has it over his ears.
I stole a line from this.
Oh, they both have shitty haircuts.
Yeah, they both do. I stole right here. It's actually pretty funny. This is one of the funniest things ever done. With Johnny Knoxville. Look at that. Look at that fucking kid. What a fucking asshole. I love. So, he says something to him right here. He goes, "That long hair don't hide that redneck."
This is the old man skit for anyone.
The original one, yeah, the original bad grandpa skit in Jackass 2. He's like, cross this line. He's like, you stepped over the line. You stepped over the line. Right there, he goes, that long hair don't hide that redneck, boy. I still use that. He's calling him a bigot and shit. It's the best. Oh, the ramp. I forgot about that. Bam skits, like some of them don't. I was a fan of him for a long time, and like some of his stuff doesn't hold up very well. Some of it, this is kind of funny.
Yeah,
the shit to his mom is kind of funny.
I thought his show was better than the skits he did on Jackass.
Yeah, Fayetteville Bam holds up. There's actually a couple of those episodes that if you can find them on YouTube.
Yep.
Actually, this is fucking ridiculous. This is what I'm talking about with them. They were more mean spirited. He's got to he's legit. They told him that he was gonna go film another like shit. He's the one who poops, Dave England, and they told him he was gonna go do like another shit sketch. So he like takes like X-Lax or whatever, and his stomach is killing him. That's why he's keeled over like that. They're gonna fucking lock him in there and throw a beehive in there. Like that's fucked up, man. Like, it's hilarious.
He always does. He's got the new one. He's the one with the lion, isn't he?
No. That's Danger Aaron.
Oh, okay.
That's the guy who they lock up in the trunk in this one and like do the fucking bomb sketch with. Hey. Peachy and Spinning. Like that's fucked, man. This is hilarious, but it's fucked up.
Yeah, fuck that.
Like he's got a shit and his fucking they all lock him in there. Like that's so fucked up. I love how they put marbles down. Like what the fuck?
Just did they lock the door? Why didn't you just open the door?
They locked them. Child safety locks. You can't get out. The driver locked all the doors and jumped out and ran. It's fucked up. Like that's fucked up, man.
Yeah, it is.
Imagine having to like shit and you feel like you gotta fucking man. It's the worst. You wouldn't think that would actually work,
right?
You know, like it does. It's so good. Wee Man falling. Jesus Christ! Oh my God, I love it.
All right, maybe we should play some tunes.
Yeah, I want to play some tunes.
Let's do it.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
Over
Yep, the beer butt chug.
This is the one that always stuck with me afterwards. Like, I always remembered this one.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. In the fact that the plunger actually worked.
By the way, do you guys have your volume all the way up? Because I had to crank that.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, my volume's up all the way.
His is
Mine
so.
always sounds like shit.
Yeah, I had to like go like past 3/4 on the volume thing, which I don't usually have to come close to.
The reason why is because by the time I got mine playing, because it took a second.
I noticed yours, but it was already fine because of how loud it was.
That's why I was like a click or two above halfway, so I just left it.
I gotta get a new phone.
Because if I had fucking gone all the way, you would have had to crank that down, and it like, spikes our ears. So, his is always all the way up though. So he's
yeah,
fucking...
but that one was extra though, for whatever reason.
Let's see. So, race, but yeah, go ahead, Steve. You can kick it.
All right. Not Dark Throne, but sounded like them initially. Goes through the normal BM motions until there's like an uplifting guitar part, and then some chanty vocals come in to make it a bit more interesting. There's a good technical solo towards the end, which you don't really hear too much of in black metal. Didn't completely grab me at like I'd give it like a 2.4, but if need be, I'm willing to give it the mulligan.
All right.
I put some speedy black metal to kick things off. Dig the pace change with the marching section into the big build. Like the music a lot. The vocals aren't my favorite, but we'll see what happens. I really like the little chanting section into the nice big kick in after that. A lot of fun stuff with that. Then I kind of like let the rest of the song ride out. I was very similar to you. I something about this song didn't. I think it was the vocals. Something about the main vocals for whatever reason. I don't know if it's his speech pattern or just the vocal like it sounded. But I liked everything else. I liked all like the background vocals. I liked all the fucking music a lot. But something about that didn't get me. So I was at like a 2-3, but I really like the music and 100% would get the mulligan. So I would just give this the mulligan because I think on a second listen I'd like it more.
Yep.
But for whatever reason, I just the vocals weren't sticking with me, which is odd.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Just
so give this one the mulligan. Just
Cool. This is Gal, from Gorgoroth. This is his new album called Weird or whatever. The Humming Mountains or something like that. Yeah, the Humming Mountain. This just came out like 2 or 3 days ago. And I think it's a pretty solid full album, full listen. This is, I think, the third track in. I'm glad I got the mulligan.
Yeah,
I remember you guys liked, I think he put something out in like 2019 or something like that, and I think you guys liked that too. So
I think that's really like, I think it's not like we use the mulligan wrong way. We use it we do it however we want, but instead of giving everything like a 2.5, I'd rather be like, hey, it's a 2.25, but like maybe on a second listen I'd like it more. So like that's really what the mulligan should be. Like right now it didn't grab me, but like it's not a bad song. So like fuck it, give it the mulligan.
I'm willing to hear it again on the playlist.
Correct. Yep. Like so I'd rather give it like an honest upfront score than a boosted upfront score.
Yeah, instead of giving it a legit 2.5.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2.5, but I don't really think it is. Like
that middle section kind of reminded me of Dim U.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The music caught me.
It kind of reminded me. I don't know if it's Insorta or Death Called Armageddon that it reminds me of, but I know it has like that same kind of orchestral thing in it.
That's a band and a guy that I never really listened to.
Gorgoroth. No. I'm not huge on Gorgoroth personally.
Yeah.
So like that's weird that like I like this project more than I probably have.
Isn't Gal the gay guy?
Yeah. The guy who drinks the blood out of the chalice and shit.
Didn't he have like some woman in his basement or something?
No, he made some reporter drink his own blood.
Yeah, he almost didn't he threaten to kill him with a shotgun in the middle of the woods or something?
Something like that. I can't remember.
Something like he's definitely. I'm pretty sure he's the gay guy though, right?
Yeah.
All right. My son, whoever wants to go for the next one.
Go ahead, Ray. I gotta bring mine up again.
Yep. All right. I put a strong proggy intro to me. Sounds like the vocals are pretty good. Nice moody lead comes in behind some solid drums. I gave this a 2.5. I thought it was average. It kind of like towards the end.
2.5 is not average.
No, it's way above average.
Yeah,
it's okay. Above average. Yeah.
I mean, like I liked it to the point where it's like, well, it kind of lost me towards the end where it like got into like the heavier vocals. I almost liked it where it was just like clean. That's just
interesting. Yeah. I might have a similar opinion. I'll tell my opinion in a second, but I'll wait till Steve finishes.
Female vocals, a nice switch. I think anyway. Great production, good riffing, solid musically. There was a great solo section near the end. Good growls out of nowhere. I also preferred the clean vocals just because it's a switch from what we normally play.
Yeah.
but the growls weren't bad at all.
Yeah, they weren't bad. It's just like
off-putting when you're hearing now that girl's got a great voice.
It wasn't even off-putting. It was just she had a good voice, so I was like, oh, just do that. But I also gave it a 2.5.
Cool, so it gets in. All right. This I decided to play while we were trying to pick music because this is a band I don't know anything of until we just listened to it. The 3 songs I decided to pick through. This is a band that's playing Friday. Not Living Wreckage, the main band, but this is Carnivora. This is a band from Massachusetts. Apparently, as I was reading through their description, the other guitarist from Shadows Fall
is that how it's spelled?
Carnivora. Like
Carnivora.
Yeah. C-A-R.
Oh, all right.
C-A-R-N-I-V-O-R-A. They have a bunch of singles out. This song is called Witch City. It came out last year, July 24th, 2020. I think they were originally supposed to drop a full album last year, and it got pushed back because of everything. From what I just read, deciding which one to play, because they have 3 singles out. Matt, the other guitarist from Shadows Fall, produced this. And on the newest single, John Denias, who plays in Living Wreckage, who we're going to go see, does a guest spot guitar. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to decide which one to play, and I like this. So they do the vote. From what I've gathered so far, they do the girl vocals in all the songs, but this is the one where she's the most prevalent so far. So I like that switch, and I really like the song actually a lot. Mm-hmm. So I'm right around where you guys would be. It's the first time I've ever heard it was tonight. Just I've heard this band once or twice because when that newest single came out a couple months ago, I heard the one with John Denias because it's got his name in it, so that popped up. But this band's playing on Friday, so
nice.
Cool. Yeah, I thought that would be fun to fucking throw some on there. So check them out. They have 3 newer singles, and then apparently they have an album coming out soon. So, and they're local, so why not? And then we had Steve's pick, right? Yep. So go ahead, Ray.
Screechy, fast-paced death metal. Oddly, I'm liking the vocals a lot. Pretty same pace for a while, but the lead broke into some wild territory. I gave this a 3. I like this a lot.
Nice.
Okay. I put pretty solid metal, higher pitched vocal, but it fits the tone of the music really well. I like the grindy section. That gives it a nice fucking pulse. Pretty straightforward tune, really no filler. And I had it at a 2.5 until the solo section kicked in, gave it an extra little nudge. I gave it a 2.65. So I liked this more as it went on. So
nice. So it's funny because when you brought up Carnivora before the show, I initially thought you may have been talking about this band. There's a band named Crypta.
Oh, okay.
So obviously it was. When you said there was local, I was like, oh, it's not the same band. But this is an all-female thrash band.
Oh no shit. Okay. Cool.
And I also didn't know that was a female singer, so I actually changed my pick after that to play this because I was like, oh, I was thinking of this band earlier. Let me play that.
I have 3 songs to play tonight, right? That one was one of the ones I was going to play either way, but I wasn't sure where I was going to layer it. But when he came out hot, that's probably the only song that I have that's going to even keep up with that pace. Everything else is going to be a little bit more. You'll see. It's just different. Like I went out of the box tonight, or I tried to, because I've been playing a lot of like samesies like metal. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to try to go a little outside the box tonight. So the 3 things I have lined up are going to be pretty interesting to hear, like depending on how I end up playing them.
Yep.
But I wasn't sure where I was going to play that. But I'm actually glad that I played that first because that block of music actually just fit really well together. So it progressively like kind of just got like I don't know, just a nice little section. So good job, guys.
All 3 of us made it in.
Yeah, that's good.
That hasn't happened in a while.
K-Dog's cooking up a storm in there. We got fucking all kinds of shit. We got some beef stew cooking just because. Yeah, we were at the store before you guys got here, and I was like, it's crockpot season. Like, just fucking time changes and shit. I'm like, let's just make some beef stew.
Yeah, I was thinking about making a chili. It's chili time.
I've never made a chili before. I need to fucking try. I think I'm going to try this week because I have a bunch of jalapenos I have to use. So I think I'm going to do some diced jalapenos and some onions.
Yeah, I got a bunch of fruit because my dad grows a bunch I didn't even know there was so many different kinds of fucking peppers.
Oh, yeah.
He grew like 1 million different kinds. So I'm going to throw like 6 or maybe 3 different kinds in and fucking...
That's what I think I'm going to do with what I have. We have some green peppers that we grew, and I have a bunch of jalapenos I want to use, and I don't want them to go to waste. So I think I'm going to make, maybe I'll make like a fucking small batch chili. I might do a chicken chili.
Yeah.
Do some shredded chicken or just some, pulled chicken or whatever and throw that in. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I usually do something like that because I don't like beans, so I don't put beans in my chili.
Okay. I don't mind. Like, I like a southwestern chili. Like, I like chicken with black beans because I like black beans. But, like, I know what you're saying with that. Oh, fuck that. That is fucking disgusting. I've seen all these, but, man, when you haven't seen them in a while.
Is that a leech?
Yeah, that's gross.
People leech on the iPod.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Yeah, see, I'm glad we decided to pull it inside because look, it's fucking 5 o'clock and sun's gone. It would have been freezing. Guarantee it's cold as fuck outside. Yeah, so it kicked off good. So that's a good way to start this stuff off. We'll see what happens because the other two that I have, it's gonna be interesting to see where I'm gonna have to slot them because I'm gonna be last on this round and then I'll be first on the next round. So it's gonna be wild. We'll see. We can just keep going with tunes if you want. I mean, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's just keep going. I got me a fresh drink.
Let me set up my second song before I start taking notes. That way it's not.
All right. We ready to go?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right.
We'll be right back. blood moon ascends at night. Bless the cosmic eye, free of the chains that define our lives. It cuts through flesh and bone into the glow of souls, gazing far and wide, devoid of hope.
Well then, oh yeah, having some fun. Laughing my fucking ass off at this. I haven't seen this in a long time.
Yeah.
I knew this was
seen
coming
this since it came out.
but when you fucking see it again, it's dude, it's so fucked up. This whole fucking skit this is the best thing they've ever done.
Yeah.
I don't remember this one. Is it so?
They all shave their pubes off and stick it to his face.
I remember that,
Yeah.
but this dude,
That's a dude from
That's
fucking
Jay Sandra.
Super Troopers.
Yeah, he's from Super Troopers.
which one?
The
the
guy
cab
right here,
driver.
the cab driver.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's an actor.
Yeah.
That's a dude from Super Troopers and fucking.
And they're scaring the shit out of the dude right now in the trunk.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Okay.
do some claps.
Yeah, he
Fucking gun.
uses wood and he claps them together like it's shotgun or like a gun rather. Fucking hilarious.
David England is in the truck shit.
David, no, that's Danger Aaron. You guys are
alright.
both in it.
They look similar.
Yeah, well, those two are like buddies, like Bam and fucking Ryan Dunn are buddies. So
Yeah.
they're always together. Yeah, they're just fucking with him right now. This is fucked. It's a fucked up fucking. You'd never be able to do this now.
No.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. All right. Who went first that time? Steve did, right?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Steve did.
Go ahead, buddy.
All right. Let's see.
Excuse me.
All right. I put comes in hot, drops in heavy. Interesting change. Also like the very bass heavy section towards the middle. Then it kind of gets even more sludgy. I like the bell use in the song. I gave this a 2.5.
All right. I put grimy death metal, exactly what I figured it would be when the vocals kicked in. Great production, nice head nodder. Oh, that bass line after the break.
Yeah.
Very sleazy. That was a big perk for this song. Nice gong break. Fucking Undertaker would love this song. I give this a 2.8 because everything after that bass line, break with the bass line, it just got way better. Otherwise, it would have been like an average death metal song.
Yeah.
But it was that whole back 2/3 of the song were fucking great.
Nice. So yeah, this was on my new release radar this week. This is just a single. This is something I've been waiting for a long time. This is Malignant Altar. They had a demo in 2019 that I really loved. Haven't dropped a single thing since, and they're finally putting out a full length album. So I'm looking forward to that. Name of the song is Rite of Krasue. I don't know. Krasue. So first single from the album. I'm excited.
Uh-oh. What happened? You good? Did you cut your finger off or something? Oh, no. Now you're covered in chicken juice. Yucky. All right. So then it was Ray's pick?
You guys.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Steve.
All right, vocals took me a minute to get used to because he was kind of trying to sing. I liked them much more when he was being a little bit more aggressive with the vocals. Solid riff, if not generic, but still good stuff. Really liked the vocals once the hook kicked in, especially solid guitar at the bridge. Eventually gets into fully growled vocals, which are also very good. There was like an instrumental section that I was kind of on the edge of a 2.5, brought it up to a 2.5 for me, so get another one in.
Cool.
Has a good groove to it and a big old 90s feel. Vocals are super fucking 90s at the beginning. Reminds me a lot of local stuff like Stand Black Church, Tree, etc. Like that era like of hardcore. And then now the dude sounds a lot like the dude from Throwdown when he gets like edgy, when he's got like an heavier, like a more punchy vocal, or like a yelly, like a aggressive vocal.
He's not quite growling, but
but he's like barking, you know.
Yeah.
Then I put a nice head nodding section with some lows. Song has me hooked. Good solo work too. I had a 2.75, and then the song Honey Dicked us.
Yeah.
The song Honey Dick me and Steve. He went to turn it down here. I was going to turn it down here so I could raise my levels and get them up to what they normally are. And then it Honey Dick me. And actually, the Honey Dick was a nice Honey Dick because it actually got it from a 2.75 to I put fuck it, it's a 3 because I like 90s shit. So this hit me in the field.
You
So
would like this whole album then?
yeah, I like this a lot. Actually.
This is from 2008. This is a band called Abstract Rapture.
Okay.
The name of the song is Poison Love. Yeah, it's just kind of like got that solid 90s like.
Is
shit
it a
that you
90s
like.
thing or is it just feel 90s?
No, it's a feel 90s thing because this is from 2008.
Yeah. Very cool. I'll have to check that out. So it gets in. So
Cool,
you have
cool.
2 songs so far. Everything's in
Everything.
so far. We'll see. I didn't mean to bring the mood down, but I changed the pace a little bit here, guys. So we'll see what happens with that. Whoever wants to go first, go for it.
I'll go. Good Atmosphere. Actually, you go because I have a guess at what this is.
I do too.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want. Should I just not say it, or do you want to?
No.
Same.
say it.
I'll just go.
All right.
Go ahead.
I put interesting, eerie intro, slowly building into something. Interesting switching between the heavy female singer. Wondering if this is Chelsea Wolfe and Converge.
Me too.
It is.
I just I didn't listen to it, but I saw it on my
This is not
Spotify
the song you're
thing.
thinking of, though. This is not that song. That's Coil.
All right.
That's what I almost played that today.
Yeah, that's Coil.
I put took a while for it to take off for me, but it mixed well towards the end. I gave this a 2.75.
Dope.
Nice. Good Atmosphere. Female vocals sound like a less distant Chelsea Wolfe. Obviously, it is. She's produced a little differently here, a little bit more up front. Gets heavy with some growled vocals before getting atmospheric again. Good music, mood music, not an everyday listen. Good stuff though. 2.7.
Cool. I'm right where you guys are. So yeah, this is Converge with Chelsea Wolfe. Apparently, it's an entire album. I thought it was just a single.
Nope,
This is
whole
the
album.
first single. It's called Blood Moon. This song is 7 minutes and 50 seconds long. So it's a fucking ride. But the first time I heard this, I was walking. This came out in September 20th. So this is when I was back when I was still in shape.
This came out in September.
September 20th.
The single.
The single did.
I got you.
Yeah.
The album just came out.
No, the album isn't even out yet.
Oh, it's not.
So they dropped a new single Friday, which is called Coil,
Yep.
and then they dropped this one in September. So there's only 2 singles so far. That one's good. It's a little bit more upbeat than this one, but I wanted to play this one first because I had a feeling this would hit your radar. The three of you, it hit all three of us because I'm a Converge guy. You guys, Chelsea Wolfe people.
Yeah.
So I had a feeling it was eventually going to scratch the surface, but we didn't do any shows in October, and this came out, and then. So I listened to this on one of my morning walks, and it fucking blew my mind. So
I was kind of shocked because all I heard was Coil, and I was kind of shocked by it because all the Converge stuff I've ever heard is super chaotic and
it's math metal. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
wild and the fucking
Yeah.
It's I'm right there. I'm real odd with Converge. I only like some stuff. But good, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
no, just super chaotic, and obviously this is very moody, atmospheric music. So I was surprised it was Converge.
They apparently they do more stuff like this than people realize. I don't know because my problem is I've only ever really heard the fucking chaotic stuff. Like I love Jane Doe, but it's
That's the only thing I've ever heard.
it's not. I've heard stuff since then, but because I know that I never got into anything else because I'm like I can't listen to this all the time. It's like it makes you insane. Like it really drives me nuts. But the guitarist produces a lot of stuff. He produced an Every Time I Die album. He's produced a bunch of people's band albums, and they're all like I think the drummer's in that fucking Killer Be Killed, Ben Kohler I think is his name. So he's in that which was like my album from last year, my number one album. The singer Jacob Bannon's been in a fucking ton of things. He's in like a weird like trippy band that almost sounds like I don't even know how to explain it. Like he sings clean in it. Like they're all like superstar musicians. They just what we know of Converge is like that real chaotic math metal like noise shit. But they do stuff that's not like that. So obviously, I'm really interested to see what this album sounds like because the whole album was like this. I figured it was just the one song and then the rest of the album was going to be like other stuff. But when both singles have been,
this is a collaboration between them, so I'm sure it's not going to be math metal.
no, obviously both songs so far. So now that you've heard, because Coil's a little bit more upbeat, but it's still out there. It's about 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
But I wanted to play this because I figured Coil hit your radar, so I figured hit this out. I had a feeling you guys because nobody ever talked about it when it came out. So like the fact because sometimes we'll all talk about things if we all know it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I didn't want to like that's why I've never played like I've never gone any further with KK's Priest because I figured like you guys have all listened to that, but maybe not. But
No, it's never popped up on my.
that whole album's fucking phenomenal. It's so good, man.
I was thinking about that yesterday. It would be interesting to compare what our new release radars look like completely.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
What songs are on?
Oh,
all
every
three
week.
of
I wouldn't mind doing it every week
Yeah.
to see what like I can show you mine right now, and
see
it's
crossovers of like.
Yeah.
there's
what
not
we
much.
each get.
Like this is on there, the Coil song.
Yeah.
And then for some reason I have a lot of like hip hop. Like I have
Yeah. And it's none of them are actually.
no, none of it's good. Yeah.
None of it's the real artist. It's like.
They're getting better with it. Like for whatever reason, Insane Clown Posse dropped a new track yesterday.
Well, that one because no one has the name Insane Clown Posse.
Right.
But I have tons of hip hop that drops every week.
yeah, but a lot of it's bullshit.
Somebody
yeah.
else's a superstar's name and
Like pull up your release.
new release radar.
New release radar.
Yeah.
No, is that no new releases for you is not the same thing. You want to look up new.
Yeah,
you want to look up release radar, which is just singles,
Yeah.
and it's a specific thing
alright.
for you. So try to find that. Like, for instance, the new Slipknot song popped up. They re-released Corrosion of Conformity's Blind album. Yeah, so pull that up. That's how I find stuff every week.
Me too.
So, like, for instance, new Slipknot, Corrosion of Conformity, a Nirvana song, because it's a fucking... That shit drives me nuts because it's like, oh, another re-release. Like, great. I don't want to fucking hear one random live from Tokyo track.
Yeah.
The Black Keys, another one of those weird songs. Hailstorm, which I don't give a fuck about. Greyhaven, I'm interested in that. Snow Goons.
Yeah, that came up in mine.
Some weird, like, I don't even understand whether this is on here. Osmosis, Akio, K-Clips, Ether. Oh, Ether. So, like, because I listen to Ether Coven, which is, like, doom metal. It's so stupid why this Exciter popped up on here because
it's not even Exciter, I don't think, because I got one that says Exciter on mine.
Is it
click
Emotion?
on
It's not really Exciter.
No, it's
so that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Converge with Chelsea Wolfe popped up. Snoop Dogg, Jadakiss, Benny the Butcher popped up.
I got The Last Supper from Gravediggers and Fruquan.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have Saxon.
Did you say that?
No, I don't have that one.
Oh.
Saxon, Fit for a King, Shadow of Intent with Phil Bozeman. I haven't listened to that yet, but that's not going to be in yours. Accept popped up on here. Fucking Mastodon. You know, like stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that you guys wouldn't listen to. But then I have like why are the Temptations popping up on here? Is that even the Temptations? You know what I mean? Like, how are they putting out new music? You know what I mean? Like, they haven't been around for 40 years. Like,
I
what
have
the...
like King Crimson, Jethro Tull.
Yeah,
Deep
but like
Purple,
why?
Scorpions,
Yeah, but like why is that popping up? Like,
Yeah.
because it's all just re-releases.
Well, it's probably it's re-releases. It's anything new that goes on Spotify. It doesn't have to actually be new.
Yeah.
Like I have a song. It says Venom, but it's a hip hop song with a bunch of different people. Riot, which isn't the Riot I know. It's some fucking hip hop guy. The Game, which is just he's a rapper, but it's not even a real verse. It's some shitty rapper that probably stole stuff in his basement and just took a verse and put it on his song. Saxon, Exciter, not the real Exciter. New live Ozzy song from Blizzard of Oz.
Yeah, because the 40th anniversary came up.
Gravediggers, not the real Gravediggers. This rapper Scribble. Oliver came on. They did like a remix of the Halloween theme. A Snoop Dogg and Jadakiss song. Fat Joe.
I'll be right back.
Murder Music.
Yep.
Yeah.
That one actually isn't bad. Yeah. And then there's some stuff I don't know, like Nordic Winter. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like, why is that on my new release?
I got like
radar?
Tokyo Blade.
Yep.
I don't know if you've heard of Frankie and the Witch Fingers. It's in my thing. The Melvins, David Bowie, Death Angel, Merker, Neil Young, Twisted, Pixies, Twisted Pink Floyd, Creator, War on Drugs, Gwaine. That's some song with fucking Tech Nine, I guess.
Fucking Santana, which is cool, but it's a horrible song. It's Santana and somebody.
Greedy Bastards from Snow Goons or whatever, like Ed said. Abysmal Grief, Convergent, Chelsea Wolfe.
There's new Abysmal Grief, huh?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. I listened to that at work the other day. That was interesting.
I got a new Wolf Alice song. I only really like that one song you played. I bought that whole album on vinyl.
Oh, that like weird, like creepy kind of.
Yeah. None of the other stuff sounds like that though.
No, the new one has that kind of COC, Wishbone Ash, like I said, Scorpions, Deep Purple, Over, Jethro, and King Crimson.
Oh, I did get Gal on here.
Oh, you did get that?
Is it The Seed? Is that what you played?
No, that's an old one, I believe.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it says Gal's.
Yeah, Gal's Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Word, however you want to say it.
Yeah, just a bunch of bullshit.
Yep.
It's like half of it's not even the real artist. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah, that's the most annoying part is when you click on it and you're like, oh, cool, they put something new out. And
then cool, a new Exciter song and that's some shitty fucking like techno or something.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, man?
And the worst part is I feel like they use the album art from like an actual Exciter album when they put it on there.
I haven't.
So like
you
think that you think that like you're getting like something from the actual band and then you play it and it's like fuck.
I haven't come across that, but like I get it. Exciter is not the biggest band in the world.
Yeah.
But like, why is your like I don't even know. I didn't even play it. I don't know if it's hip hop or what. But like, are you gonna name yourself Exciter? Really? Like,
yeah.
Even if you don't know who Exciter is, like, why the fuck are you naming yourself Exciter? It's a horrible name. I don't know. Yeah. It just makes no sense. But yeah, if you guys like the Converge and Chelsea Wolfe shit, there's a lot of that. Like, do you know Emma Ruth Rundle? She's kind of like Chelsea Wolfe in that.
No, I haven't heard of that. Yeah.
She does a whole album with a band called Thou. I don't know if you're familiar
I think I've heard
them.
of Thou.
They're like kind of like a mix of doom and sludge.
Yeah.
She does a whole album with them. That's great too. There's a lot of that.
It's kind of like Neurosis and Jarbo or whatever. Is it Jarbo I'm thinking of that they
I
do
don't
a whole album with?
I don't know a lot of Neurosis to be honest, and I know the name Jarbo, but I don't think I've ever heard the music. But there's a lot of that with like metal bands doing stuff with like folk singers and shit. And most of it's pretty good that I've heard.
Yep.
That Emma Ruth Rundle and that one's pretty good.
Yeah, put that up in the link because I won't remember how to write that. So
Yep.
just put that up on Instagram or whatever it is.
All right. What do we? What's the last song we did?
I think it was.
That was Ed. Ed was last, right?
Yeah, Ed was last.
Yeah, I started the next set off.
Yep. All right.
Sorry, I'm just pissed.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me, but if you like that Converge and Chelsea Wolfe style, check out Thou and Emma Ruth Rundle. It's not the same, but it's a folk singer and a metal band getting together and doing an album.
So I like her. I've heard her a few times.
Yep. Yeah, she's kind of along the same vein, not quite as gothic as Chelsea Wolfe.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a little more folky, isn't she?
A little more folky, yeah, but still like dirty folky.
That's enough the rhythm here. I'll just get right into it.
Let's do it.
All right, so
So you're going this way this time?
right around. So you're gonna end up finishing.
All right.
So let me just get set up here. Yep. Petrie. All right. Make sure all my shit's good. Should be all set. That should be all right.
We're coming, ladies and gentlemen. Eventually. Your phone is stoned all the time, too, I think.
I'm free, time to give you what you want. I'm pushing a stone, I breathe, I can do it all night long. Oh, carry it on. You can see me looking for my phone. Where is it gone? I'm looking still, waiting for emotional response. Here I come. Oh, I need a thing. I'm free. Time to give you what you want. I've been pushing a stone up a hill. You see a man with ambition, an opportunity come kicking. You go walking down the stairs, and somebody just fell. There is no name for what you do, no ending to the stories that you tell. There's no ending to the story. Carry it on. Passing out the destination code. Where to go? What to see? Waiting in the information flow. Maybe so. Go to sleep. Oh, I'm in a league. I can do it all night long. Well, I can do this all night long. Hey, here I go. You see a man with ambition, an opportunity come kicking. You go walking down the stairs, but somebody just fell. There is no name for what you do, no ending to the stories that you tell. There's no ending to the story. You see a man with ambition, an opportunity come kicking. I'll be hammering the nails. All things are going well. There is no plan to what I do. This pocket's full of water and mud. Oh, it's enough. There's no ending to it. And you go walking down the stairs, and somebody just fell. There is no name for what you do, no ending to the stories that you tell. There's no ending to the story.
Yeah, it's even slipping out of my phone, like
Just got it.
pretty easily, so I think I'm gonna have to get a new one. You could turn it and make it tighter, but it's just something's wrong with it. It keeps slipping out of my phone.
Sounds like a Vaseline problem. Let's see.
That was a mood changer,
Right. Well, so what happened was I had something else planned, and after my last pick, I went, man, I'm ending one section, which I thought that was a good way to end something. I wouldn't have wanted to kick off a section with that Chelsea Wolfe song or whatever Converge song. But like what I had after that would have been kind of depressing. Like not super low, but it's actually there's a couple new Hangman's Chair songs. I don't know if you heard them or not. But
I heard one of them.
I was gonna play Loner, which is great, but
Yeah.
it would have kind of like brought the mood down to start a new section off, and I kind of want to I decided to just pick something else.
Yep.
So I went with the song that hit my new release radar. Actually, like as soon as I saw it when we were just looking through them, I went, "Oh, actually, that'd be kind of good," because then it gives me a block of something different, which we'll get into in a second. But so I ended up doing a mulligan last minute on myself.
Yeah, I almost played an Emma Ruth Rundle and Thou song based off that Chelsea Wolfe one, but I was like, you know what, I'll save it for another time.
Yeah, so the one of the Hangman's Chair, like I'll save that for another time.
Yep.
If we end up playing, like it's just it'll fit better on a different time. So far, I like the wave of what we've done. So we'll see what happens then. All right, whoever wants to go first, go ahead.
All right. Solid musically to start. I actually like the vocals a lot. Not a fan of the underneath cleans that are on the hook, underneath the more aggressive vocals. Bridge has a nice guitar section, mellows out for a second before picking back up into a bit of a breakdown before the real breakdown. I actually like the kind of smaller breakdown more than the real one. The real one, it was a good breakdown, but it was, sounded like a generic kind of breakdown.
Yeah, a little more hardcore generic.
I still give it 2.5.
Cool. All right.
All right, I put starts off heavy, good, not entirely into the vocals like you are, but I did really like the changes in the song a lot. Very chuggy, good little lead sections as well. I gave it a 2.5 as well.
Okay. So hey, all three got in. So what this did was it tied in a theme that wasn't intentional, which is all three of my songs today had female singers or female front people. Whether they were totally led by females, not necessarily, but all
That's
had
the only one I couldn't tell was a female.
100% female, actually, on this one. And that's why I thought it was a nice little Patience. Just popped up on my new release radar yesterday. I've been in this band for a little bit, but never really fell in love with them. I need to give their stuff a little bit more of a chance. This is Venom Prison.
Oh, yeah.
They're from Wales, I guess.
Yeah.
They're in that underground metal scene, you know. A lot of their stuff is thrashy metal.
Yeah, people were raving about them for a bit, and I listened, and I was like, it's good, but not something I'm going to listen to all the time.
Yeah, I wasn't overly. They put out an album last year, and I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
You know, I liked some of it. I need to give it another re-listen, but this song came out. I actually liked what I heard. I actually didn't listen to the full song until right now, because I was saving it for another time because I had some other stuff going on. So that's the first time I've heard the whole thing all the way through. So I listened to that for the first time with you guys. Essentially, I heard a little bit of the beginning just to hear it when it came out Friday, and it popped in my head. And when I realized, oh fuck, I already played 2 songs with female lead singers. I might as well fucking do a third. So that song is called Judges of the Underground. Apparently they have another new album coming out early February 2022. So this is a single from that. So it's only 3 months away. So it's not far, but this is one of the funniest fucking things in anything they've ever done. I don't know why this makes me laugh so fucking hard, but it does. When you watch it, you hear a big boom. It's so good. It's so good. It's so fucking good.
I think I'm gonna get baked later and watch fucking Jackass.
Dude, I don't care. This shit holds up. All this shit is still just as funny as it's
It'll
ever
always
been.
hold up because
It just is.
It's like timeless. It's like Three Stooges.
It's 100% timeless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Who's talking?
Is that my phone?
I think so.
I think yours is.
What
not
did it
mine.
say?
No, it was mine.
Oh. It said something of shit, right?
I run this shit.
Oh.
Damn, dog.
So it must have thought I said Spotify,
Okay.
and then I didn't say I run this shit, but okay.
So that's Venom Prison, new song that came out yesterday. I dig it. What I heard out of that, I like that more than a lot of the other stuff I've heard from them.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what they do with it. So there you go. It was a last minute decision. Literally while I was peeing, I was like, fuck it. So I think Steve went next, right?
Yes.
You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Opens with a nice groove metal feel. Then it kind of went off on a thing for a little while where I didn't know what I was, going to write. But I put very technical feel, fast paced. Finally, the vocals come in a little late but strong. Towards the end, it was like a wall of sound. I'm going to give this a 2.65.
All right.
Me and you're almost like the same with this one, which is pretty interesting. I put nice solid open, lots of groove mixed with some grind. Nice little tiger growl. Like it sounded like a fucking animal growling. Like it was like a clip or something. What do you call that? A fucking sample, like a animal sample.
Yep.
And then to break the song up a little bit, then it kicks back in with a like a vocal growl, like an actual human vocal growl. But then it's still music. So I actually questioned whether this was just fucking a musical at one point, because so far all music, no lyrics.
Yeah, I think it took about 3 minutes for anything.
Yeah, that's what I have. And I said, and we are about 2.5 minutes in so far. And then finally some lyrics kick in around 3 minutes or so. And then not in love with the vocals, but the rest of the music is really good. Like I really like the way the tone of the guitars were. I like the drums, I like the production a lot. But the vocals were like off-putting to me for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually don't like kind of those are like kind of like witchy kind of, like
yeah,
a little bit high tone vocal.
There's a high pitched vocal that I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
Not I don't hate it, but I'm not like, oh man, I'm gonna go right back out and research that, you know. But it actually grew on me as the song went on, because the song actually got potentially better. Then there was like a couple of breaks with a lot of double bass. This fucking drummer's a madman is what I wrote, and then I put a 2.6. So me and you're about the same as far as what it gets. So solid song, not in love with the vocals.
I felt
but
like it
otherwise
was very like unconventional the way it was put together, but it still kind of ended up working in the end.
It held together by the end,
So I think this came out earlier this year. It's something I've been holding on to for a while. A band I don't know much about. The name's Oxygen Destroyer. Name of the song is "Their Reign Has Begun." Again, don't know much about them, so I didn't even bother to go back and listen to the rest of the album.
Well, it gets in, so maybe we'll have to. That's something we're gonna have to listen to. Then Ray's pick here,
and then you got me throwing it all off.
Change it up a little bit. Yeah, you definitely switched it up a little bit. Go ahead, Steve.
All right, let's see. This dude has completely stolen his vocal phrasing from Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy. A bit Thin Lizzy musically, but then like a little horn section breaks in, I think. Really threw me off. I think the band has potential. I think this kind of music needs way better production. It was so muddy. I had to like crank it up to almost all the way up.
Yeah.
Really good solo. Not my cup of tea exactly, but who knows? Like I said, muddy production hurts this kind of music. Would definitely benefit from being able to separate the instruments more and actually hearing what's going on. But I'll give it a 2 based on potential.
Cool.
I put very 70s right away. Not sure what to think of most of it, but it has a sax section, so there's points for that. I put a solid guitar solo and dig the key section behind that. There was like a weird little.
That.
Yeah, so like I actually I don't know what it is. Mine actually heard more. I could hear more than, because I didn't hear muddy out of this one. I heard everything. Like there were like keys, like almost like.
I mean, I could hear everything, but it like there was no treble in it.
I think that's kind of the way they.
I'm sure
they
did
range
it on
their
purpose.
instrument on,
Probably.
what they do.
But there was a section with like there were keys behind. Let me get back to that actually. So there was keys behind, right behind the guitar solo. There were keys, almost like harpsichord keys, like church keys, like old choir key, like Goes Along the Mississippi.
Like an organ.
Yeah, like an organ keys, which was pretty cool. Kind of faint, but I could pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
So that gave it some extra points. But overall, good party tune. Not something I'm entirely into. Like if this came on, if we just put together like, hey, we're gonna have a party on Friday. Everybody just throw a bunch of songs in the mix and see what happens. If this popped up, like I'd be like, oh, that's a fun song, but I wouldn't like search it out. So like this is something I enjoyed enough to be like, it's there, but I don't know what to make of it, because it's just not my thing really.
Yeah.
But I give it a 2.25. I give it 2.25. But I would have given it a mulligan if Steve had given it a little bit more. So I mean,
no, that's cool though.
If
it
Steve
makes it
wants
in the
to,
twos, so that's cool.
If Steve wants to bump it up, he's more than welcome. I don't know if it belongs in the playlist.
I don't think so.
I think it's an interesting song, and I think that does have like if you put that on a Memorial Day playlist, I'd have no problem with that, because That's kind of where that belongs. And I think if you played this if we were outside in the sun, sipping whiskey with a cigar, I think that would have gotten over better.
Yeah. No, you're probably right. Like you said, every music kind of has its place for that.
Yeah. Not a bad song and not a bad way to end the show.
No.
You know.
This is a band you probably don't know, Thulsa Doom.
Oh yeah, I know them. Yeah.
They've been around for a while, and like they do kind of definitely rip off that Thin Lizzy style. But I think that's kind of like what makes them.
Right,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
That's a band I need to listen to. I don't know anything Lizzy, man.
Yeah. Oh, Thin Lizzy's great.
They are.
Everybody
There's
loves
a
them.
lot of hit or miss stuff
Yeah.
for me with Thin Lizzy, but the stuff that hits.
Yeah.
They're such a fucking like they're one of them UFO. There's so many of those bands I don't know anything by, and people just love Scorpions. I don't.
Yeah.
That it got past me. Like I never got into that kind of stuff.
We're gonna start reviewing albums next year. So
No, I really would like to do that. I'd like to. And honestly, we've done early episodes, or I think it was this year that we hooked up the record player when you gave it to me.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the way to go with that. Like
Yeah.
just listen to an album. Like cut aside a fucking extra day, or cut aside a day where we're gonna do 2 shows, but it's like an album review show. Like, hey, let's start early. Let's get a little fucking piped up. And
yeah,
then
I don't even think we
an
should do
album.
2. Just we'll do it once a month. It'll be like a show changer for that.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
good
Rather
call.
than like the regular show all the time.
Yeah.
And like I said, we could clip it and cut it down and put it up and film.
Well, something
those.
like that. What's nice is depending on the length of the album, if we're not killing each other with, once in a while doing an hour long or whatever, that's fine. But if we're not killing each other, we might be able to do multiple albums in one day, like that. So, and then you have a fucking bank of albums again.
Yep.
And that's where the songs to sip to kind of goes. And then like playing music just goes to the regular show, and we just bring that back. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's or whatever. Like to differentiate some shit. You know what I mean? Like we can do a lot of different things. Or if we do one, then we do one that week, whatever the fuck it is. But we can do whatever we want. Really.
Yeah, it's just something to put on YouTube because we can at least we can put reviews up, and when we do new stuff, maybe if we find a new album, we should probably do more new stuff than not because people will be looking for reviews.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I definitely want to do old albums too.
Oh, yeah. Anything we want. That's the best part about it. I'm always up for new ideas to change it up and to add new things and see what's going to happen. So.
Yep.
I like the mix of music overall. So pretty much everything got in other than that last song. And that last song, I'm telling you, if that was played on a different day, I really think it would have probably went over a little bit better. I'll tell you, as far as midgets go, that's not a bad looking midget.
I missed it.
She was just in that bar scene, but I don't know if you were paying attention.
No.
Ray knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. He was thinking the same thing. I could see it.
Ray loves midgets.
He's definitely.
There's nothing wrong with midgets. I got nothing against the little people.
Only at concerts when you're already pissed off.
Oh, dude, what the fuck? That was one of the. I wish that was recorded. I really do wish that one thing was recorded. Because Jesus Christ. Yeah, right there. Yeah, there she is. As far as midgets go.
Is it Bridget the midget?
No, she's not that. She's kind of gross actually. If you really look at.
Oh
her.
yeah, she's all tatted up and shit, right?
She's. I don't. Well, I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen her, but I remember being a little fucking.
Tattoos on midgets. I don't know.
A little odd. Like when I see Wee Mans, I'm like, what the fuck? It's so weird. It just looks like everything's shrunken down. Yeah, so this is a fun one. Faster show tonight. It was an hour and a
2
half.
hours.
Really? 2 hours? What the fuck?
Just over 2 right now.
Because we talked a little bit beforehand.
Yep.
I think I might have had the longest song of the night tonight. That never happens. 7.5, almost 8 minutes. 7.5.
Probably, yeah. I think I
7
had
minutes.
2 like six change.
Yeah, that Converge song, 7 minutes, 50-second song.
Didn't feel
6
like it.
long.
That's a good sign.
No, that's why I like it.
almost played a 10-minute song, but I'm like, nah.
I am glad you did it. But I'm only kidding. We, depending on when it's played, I think is. And now that I really do. The more we do it, I like that passing the thing, even if there's a second break in between, whatever.
Yep.
I actually think that might even be better for the listener because then you have a second to kind of adjust yourself. Because some stuff might be louder, some stuff you might want to turn down, whatever.
Or even just music. It's weird to go from fucking, Oxygen Destroyer to whatever, Tulsa Doom or whatever.
Yeah, and then and if it was right after each other like that, like it's like a punch in the face sometimes. I still think that overall that's one of the best things we've
it's definitely better
implemented for a long time. Like and the fact that we're doing it the way we're doing it, it doesn't matter who starts first. Like
It's almost weird thinking that we didn't
think of that sooner.
Yeah, no, like it's almost weird thinking about how we did it before.
Oh wait, the original way was
Yeah.
real fucking
Oh,
retarded.
the original way. Yeah.
The original way we were killing each other.
Yeah.
We would fucking like the very first 3 or 4 shows. It was 5 songs each, and we sat in like either this room or your house,
Yeah.
and just listened to fucking. We bombarded each other with 5 songs at a time.
And they weren't even on the show.
No, yeah, nobody could even hear it. So it was literally just us.
We
like-
did that for a long time, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Quite
Oh
a
well,
long
that
time.
happened.
Yeah.
The music review half of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
We
had
cut
to
it-
be weird to listen to.
I have not listened to any of those original shows in a long
Yeah.
time. They're like I have the same problem that Ray has now in general. Like how Ray has a hard time hearing himself talk.
Yep.
Like I have a hard time looking back on those old shows and be like, man, what the fuck were we doing? But that's how it starts though.
That's
you know
how
what I mean?
everything starts.
Yeah, like the first 1 or 2 of the horror movie show, it was. Those were never awkward because I have like the talking thing with shows.
Plus,
that
you
just
had
kinda know.
experience doing the podcast.
Correct,
already.
correct. Yeah, so it's not as bad, but it's still the first 1 or 2 shows were a little weird. Now we kind of do more like this. Like we just free flow it.
Yep.
So it's not a podcast. It really is more of a review show. But
Yep.
actually, I think this week we're doing Phantasm, which I really don't know that movie that well.
Never get into those. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I know that's one of Joe's favorite movies. I do like the first one. I haven't seen it in a
Is
long
that the
time.
one with like the little people and shit?
No.
it's the Ball.
Yeah, it's
No, I know
the
the
tall
ball,
man
but
with the
they
ball.
have like little goblin type of people in like some of like the later Phantasm.
Oh,
type
maybe.
Oh, I
I
have
never
no
made it
idea.
past
I
one.
never made it past one. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I think I just seen that shit on TV back in the day.
Yep.
It's like that Nightbreed order. I can't get into that.
Oh,
movie.
it's fucking terrible.
It's not a good movie. I don't get I don't get the cult following at
I
all.
put it on a couple weeks ago.
I remember
don't think
you
had
brought
ever
it up.
Seen it, and I was like, "Oh my, this is fucking terrible."
It's terrible. It's unwatchable.
Yeah.
How bad the story is. It doesn't make any sense.
Nope, it's the worst.
The only the only redeeming thing about that movie is some of the makeup is amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what bums me out about movies like that. Like people are like, it's elitists with horror movies are almost as bad as elitists with metal.
Yeah.
It really is, but in a different way. Like
Yeah.
the people that love certain horror movies will just no, it's amazing. No, it's not. Cut it out, man. Like the fucking movie Spookies.
It's
we
the
reviewed
same
them,
kind of
it's
people
terrible.
who will they'll like Nightbreed, and then Conjuring comes on. They're like, "Oh, Conjuring sucks."
Yeah, no, it really is a lot like that. Yeah,
It's just like metal.
correct. It is a lot.
Oh,
Like
this
that.
underground album, this Slipknot. I'm not even gonna bother listening to that.
Right, but like, there's a lot of really good stuff now. You know,
Right,
that's
right.
the thing. Like, you might not love everything. I don't love everything. I like a handful of songs. Just so
Yeah.
happens that a lot of what they play live is what I like. Which
Yeah.
maybe that's saying something about me. Maybe it's saying something about what they write.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe if they wrote more of the stuff that they did, that they do live, like they'd fucking get over better. I mean, they're the biggest band in the world, so I mean, who the fuck am I? But I don't know shit. But like that is where the elitist side comes from me. Like the songs I like is what they play live.
Yeah.
So like all the B-side stuff, like that, they're true, like they're maggot fans or whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't get. There's a lot of the artsy fartsy shit. I don't really get.
Yeah.
And I like weird shit. Like I like trippy stuff. I like a lot of weird shit. But
Mm-hmm.
like some of the stuff that band does, man. Oh, this is fucking disgusting.
Yes, it's serious.
This fucking sweat thing, man. I have a hard time with this one. I don't know what I have a harder time with. This is rough. Sometimes when they do poop stuff is weird, but like I can watch it. And then there was the first movie I haven't seen that in a long time. And then they did this one
What,
skit.
Steve-O drank it?
Yeah, he does a shot of the sweat, like fucking Preston's sweat.
Ugh.
It's disgusting. It's so hard to watch, man. I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't even be able to stand in that room. Like the fact that everything's all red, like that's fucking weird. There must have been a bigger thing behind that. Why they did it like that? Like why are they all red?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like there's always something that they do. There's behind the scenes. Oh, what
That's
the
the
fuck?
worst. That is so bad.
Jesus Christ! It's weird to think this movie's over 10 years old now. This movie
Yeah.
came out in like 2010 or 2009 or something.
Ugh.
I saw this in a movie theater. This was when the 3D craze went big.
I think I remember watching like old ladies walk out. I think I seen it. In
I'm
the theater,
sure.
too.
What fucking old lady would go to Jack?
I don't know, but that's the funny part. It's like I think the same thing. I think I saw fucking Bruno or Borat, and old ladies went to go see that, and it was like they lasted like not even 10 minutes, and they were like walking out.
Oh, there you go. Steve will just drink it.
Yep, it's fucking disgusting. Borat, I still think it's funny. I don't think the new ones is good.
No.
It's got its moments
I didn't
that
see
were funny.
Bruno or the new one.
So
wouldn't even bother even watching the new one.
no, it's pretty funny. Like I actually liked there were some parts that were really fucking funny. It's just weird because it was done during like when the heart of the pandemic was going on.
Yeah.
So it is kind of awkward to watch now, but like, there are some.
I was a big Ali G fan, and I never got into the Borat character. Really, not the Borat character, the Bruno character.
Yeah.
So Bruno's weird. I think Bruno's funny. The movie as a whole is not that good. It's essentially just like
I think Bruno had some funny skits in it.
Yeah.
But I think like as a whole, it just wasn't.
It wasn't as good.
Yeah.
I wish
It
he
was not
did
as good.
an Ali G one, but that first of all, like nobody dresses like that anymore or anything.
It wouldn't hold. Yeah.
It wouldn't hold up, and everyone knows who he is at this point.
Yeah. Even the Borat thing. Like, honestly, the only reason why that new Borat worked is because it was in the heat of the fucking election. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he played that up, is what he did. He fucking... And, it doesn't matter which side you're on. If you watch it, it is funny. Because he gets some fucking people, and you're like, it blows my mind that people still fall for this shit. But there really are people that just fucking...
Yeah.
They have no idea who the fuck he is.
Yep.
Just like, I mean, it's one thing to, like, not know... who like a band is or like an
Yeah.
I'm into wrestling. I wrestle, right? And like I don't know half the fucking people got cut the other day. I have no idea who the fuck they are. I've never seen a single match, or maybe I've heard their name but I've never actually watched it.
Yep.
So like that happens and I get that, but then you're like to not know who fucking Borat is.
I mean, I could see it because it is a cultural thing. Like there was a time when obviously that movie was huge, the first one, but like a certain segment of the population isn't gonna fucking hear about that.
That's true, yeah. Which is weird to think, but I think it's because it came out what, like 05 or 06 or something. It came out a long time ago. And when it came out, shit really wasn't a lot different. I mean, the internet was a thing, but it was a lot different than what it is. Like phenomenons were different then. Like now you can't look at you can't have a smartphone and not kind of have an idea. Like that Island Boy thing that's going on. I can't fucking stand those kids.
Oh, they won't be around much longer here.
No, it's a flash in the pan, but it's
fucked up. One of them.
Yeah, isn't there footage of him beating his girlfriend or hitting his girlfriend or something?
Yeah, and then she hits him back and he starts crying and shit.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see any of it, but I heard something like that.
She's like pulling his hair and he's literally like crying his eyes out, like let go.
Yeah, fuck those kids. It sucks. It's terrible. Have you seen those fucking idiots?
I've seen it on somebody's fucking like story on Facebook.
It's not good. It's not good.
And I'm like,
I don't care. It's not
It's just
good.
one of those little stupid internet memes.
Yeah.
It's like the Catch Me Outside girl or whatever. Fucking.
Yeah, it's just as bad as that. It's just as
Except
annoying
she
as
fucking
that.
somehow made a career out of
Yeah,
it.
I know.
And is actually a rapper who makes money.
That's what I think. I think these guys already got fucking signed, which is insane.
I'm sure they did, but they won't last long. Especially when your girlfriend beats you up and you're a hip hop artist.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. True. And with everything going on right now, like all the people that love this kind of shit are the people who also are like, rallying against a lot of things.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
how can you be both?
Right.
You gonna be that much of a hypocrite? Like, go ahead. This is fucking. Oh god damn it, dude! I would not.
What
want
else
to do
we got?
this.
I gotta piss.
This is it. Let's wrap it. All right, on to next week, you fucks. Peace. Bye.
Latest.